Emily Wilcox. I am the CEO of TBWA New York, and I'm coming up, I think I'm a little past 2 months now.
I'm Peter Khoury. I'm the Regional Chief Creative Officer of Asia and also the Chief Creative Officer of Singapore. And I've been at TBWA for more than 15 years.
For me, new, starting out, and I am my newbie self in this role, I think my gut has been pretty right, 99% of the time, but I think sometimes when we get into new situations, you can start to question your gut and if it's the right call or if it's the right choice. And so I think one thing is just to lean into your gut and trust that it has been built by experience and intuition and, and sort of a real foundation that allows it to guide you to the right place.
There's a few things that I would tell my newbie self. Firstly is, do you think you're going to be fulfilled in this industry? That is a big thing. Because if you don't think you're going to be fulfilled, doesn't matter what you do, you'll only end up being mediocre. And then that'll make you sad. Are you self-motivated or not? Because you can't teach that. You either are or you aren't. You can learn anything else, but you can't learn how to be self-motivated. And you need both of those things in this industry. You need to be fulfilled and you need to be self-motivated. If you are both of those things, you will have an amazingly successful career over a long period of time.
I think, for me, the thought of expanding what creativity can do and what it can look like and what it can be and what it can affect, I think the thought of expanding the canvas of creativity is really motivating to me, and it's something that really brought me into the organization a couple of months ago when I was meeting with everybody and talking about this opportunity. And I think the only way that that's possible is if you're really thinking constantly about what could be different, what could impact look like today versus yesterday, what sort of disruptive technology or innovation might allow us to bring creativity to the world in a way that is a real amplifier from what it was yesterday. Foundationally and fundamentally, it's always going to be about great storytelling and about connecting with humans on a really human level. But there are a myriad of ways that can come to life through design, the full consumer experience, innovation, technology, AI, that I think this company really gets ahead of pretty voraciously and seriously, not for the sake of those technologies or those things, but for the sake of creativity and allowing it to be all that it can be. So I think, for me, I get really excited about that, being in a company like this that takes both creativity really seriously and the future really seriously.
I look at all our tools, right? And I look at how we invest in kind of that thinking. You look at Backslash and the amount of effort from around the world that went into building that into the machine that it is today. You look at Edges, the same thing, the reports that we do, the monthly, it's just so much input. You look at Next, where that's going, where it started and what it's doing now. Those are really powerful tools. They really set us up for the next decade or two if you really keep using them well. But the real thing about it is, you also got to think about why are we here? And it's like, we're great storytellers. And we want to make brands iconic and we want to do iconic work. That's what we work towards. So those tools enable it. But if you're not careful, those tools can also get in the way, right? It can make things really complicated if it's not focused, right? If used correctly and used at the right time, at the right place, in the right environments, they're an asset. For me, I think about the next 10, 20 years of TBWA, it's always about trying to be, make and do iconic and using whatever tools that we have to make sure we can do that, through amazing storytelling and doing.
Oh, you're so cool. You're such a cool creative. You're like, I don't do that, but I do fist bumps.